And we're moving on up in the NL East with a big bowl of double chili and 10 runs. We're moving on up. That's the seventh time this year we've scored 10 runs or more. It is Monday, June 1st, 2026. After a 6-hour flight to Seattle, Washington, we are at T-Mobile Park tonight, formerly Safeco Field, to play a 3-game series versus the Seattle Mariners. I am the Mets head, talking all things New York Mets, with a preview of Game 62 versus Seattle. If you enjoy my content, I ask that you please like and subscribe to the Mets head on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. I believe I've been to Seattle 3 times and Safeco Park 2 times. Once in 2006 for a family reunion because I have family that live out in Washington. And one time with the Traveling Dingleberries in 2008. During our quest to visit every Major League Baseball stadium. That year, we flew to Minnesota and saw the Twins. Then flew to Denver to see the Rockies. Then to Vegas again, and then to Seattle. The Mariners that year had Ichiro Suzuki and Adrian Beltre, 2 future Hall of Famers. And on the mound, they had King Felix Hernandez. Here's a recap from last night's game against the Great Marlins. Benj led off the offense with a leadoff home run versus the left-hand pitching John King, who started because Jansen Junk got injured. Benj is hitting .314 with a .757 OPS versus left-hand pitchers and batting .239 with a .638 OPS versus right-handers. Another reason why I think he should be batting behind Vientos instead of first. Speaking of Vientos, he led off the second with a single. And Marcus Semien hit a 2-out, 2-run home run to put us up 3-0. In the fourth, McLean walked the first 2 batters, and Casey doubled to knock 1 in. He then walked the next guy to load the bases with 2 outs against Hicks, the left-hand hitter. I thought that was the best time to bring in Peterson, because if Hicks gets a single, it's tied. The double, we're losing. It was definitely a teetering point for the game, I felt. But McLean was able to get him to ground out to end the inning. Then in the bottom of the fourth, with 2 out, Ewing walked and Beatty singled, and then Semien walked to load the bases for Torrens. We got a single to knock in 2 to put us up 5-1. I have to commend Mendoza for starting Torrens today and Senger the night before. He could have easily said Senger's going to play the day game after the night game. But Senger had better numbers against the pitcher the night before. And Torrens had better numbers against Jansen Junk, who was supposed to start the game. And the Mets were not done yet. And in the 6th, the Marlins brought in pitcher Josh White for his first Major League appearance. And in front of his whole family was there. They were all jacked when he struck out Ewing to start the inning. And then with 2 outs, Semien walked. Torrens was hit by a pitch, and then Benj walked to load the bases. And then he walked Bichette to walk in a run. Then to make matters worse, a grand salami by Juan Soto to put us up 10-1. Side note, we were already up by 5. But Soto has 9 home runs in the last 15 games. I wonder how many of them were consequential to the game. But overall, Soto went 2 for 4. Durant went 2 for 3. Semyon went 2 for 2. It was a good offensive outing. Peterson then finished the game. He threw 4 innings, giving up no runs, with 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts for his first save of the season. And McClain got the win. McClain threw 5 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits and 5 walks. That's a bit much. With only 2 strikeouts. Nice to see him turn it around and pitch much better than the last 2 outings. But there is concern about those walks. We have now won 4 in a row, tying our longest winning streak of the year since early April. 3rd through the 7th, we took 3 against the Giants, and then took the first one against the Diamondbacks, but then lost the next 12 after that. I don't expect that to happen again. We are now 26-33, 7 games under 500. Now 4th place in the NL East, passing the Marlins. We're 13.5 games behind Atlanta, who still have the best record in baseball, but we now have the 23rd best record in baseball. Seattle is 31-29, 2 games over 500. First place in the AL West, 14th best record in the majors, and 9 games behind Atlanta also. On the mound for the Mets will be 34-year-old left-hand pitcher Sean Manaea. I believe his second start of the season. He is from Indiana. He is 6'5", 245 pounds. Drafted by the Royals with the 34th pick in 2013. Chris Bryant was selected second. We took Dominic Smith 11th. Aaron Judge was 32nd. Devin Williams 52nd by Milwaukee. Cody Bellinger was number 124. And we took the Flying Squirrel, number 356. This is Manaea's 10th year. He's pitched in 243 games. He's 79-66 with a 4.08 ERA. And about 1,200 strikeouts and about 1,200 innings. Last year he pitched in 15 games. He was 2-4 with a 5.64 ERA. 75 strikeouts and 60 innings. This year he's pitched in 12 games. He's 0-1 with a 5.56 ERA. And that's down from where it was. He has 38 strikeouts and 34 innings with 15 walks. But in his last 5 appearances, he has a 3.75 ERA in 12 innings. Unfortunately, I don't think he has a safety net with Tobias Myers in the AAA. And Jonah Tong slated to start game 2. Peterson pitched last night, so looks like no safety net for Tong either. On the mound for the Mariners will be 27-year-old right-hand pitcher Emerson Hancock from Georgia, who is 6'4", 213 pounds. Drafted 6th overall by Seattle in 2020. In this series, we're actually going to face 3 first-round picks on the mound for Seattle. Hancock was drafted the year that Spencer Torkelson was selected 1st overall by the Tigers. Max Myers, who we just faced, was selected 3rd. Garrett Crochet was number 11 by the White Sox. And we took Pete Crow Armstrong, number 19. And then traded him away the next year for Javier Baez. In Hancock's 4 years, he has pitched 37 games. He's 8-9 with a 4.81 ERA. 109 strikeouts in 162 innings with 53 walks. Last year, he didn't do much better. He pitched in 22 games, was 4-5 with a 4.90 ERA, 64 strikeouts in 90 innings with 31 walks. This year, he's finally got his stuff together. He's pitched in 11 games. He is 4-2 with a 2.78 ERA. He has 63 strikeouts in 64 innings with 15 walks. His strikeout rate and his walk rate are much better this year. The current Mets roster is batting 167 against him with a 397 OPS in only 12 at bats. But with the righty on the mound, I would lead off H.A. Ewing, Bo Bichette, Soto, Vientos, 2, 3, 4. I bat either Benj or Young, 5th, Semien, 6th, Beatty and Young, 7th and 8th, with Torrens, 9th. We're facing a tough team the next 3 days. Hopefully, we can try to maintain our record. And if we win tonight, we have the longest win streak of the year. We'll probably have a harder time the next 2 games with 2 better pitchers on the mound. But we're hitting lately, so that's a good sign. Let's go, Mets go. Until next time, I'm Juan Gan.